Yusuf and the nature escape one morning. Yusuf barely opened his eyes. From the kitchen, he could hear his mom, Ezra, bustling around. But this wasn't the sound of a cozy breakfast being prepared. It was the sound of that dreaded nature bag being packed. Yusuf groaned from his bed. Nature again? It's not like the city ran out of oxygen. Do we really have to go find it in the forest? Ezra popped her head into his room. Get up, Yusuf. We're going to the forest today. You've been so still lately, even while talking on the phone. Time to exercise something other than your thumbs. Grumbling, Yusuf got dressed. He secretly stuffed a bag of chips, some chocolate, and his headphones into his backpack. Nature? Fine. But I've got a backup plan, he muttered. An hour later, mother and son were strolling through the forest. Ezra was taking every chance to point things out. Look at that tree, Yusuf. It's over 100 years old. Can you imagine? It's even older than your great-grandpa. Yusuf rolled his eyes. That tree's lucky it lived so long without ever seeing the internet. Meanwhile, we lose Wi-Fi for 5 minutes, and it's a crisis. A little further along, Ezra picked up a leaf and held it up. See this leaf? It makes oxygen through photosynthesis. Isn't that amazing? Yusuf shrugged. I don't know, Mom. If the leaves are already doing all the work, why are we hiking? Let nature handle it. The walk continued and they stopped by a stream. Yusuf sat down and sneakily pulled out his bag of chips. But Ezra caught him right away. Yusuf, did you bring chips? Out here, food is shared with the animals. Just then, a squirrel jumped onto Yusuf's bag. Yusuf screamed, Mom, it's a chip gang. This squirrel's a professional. Ezra burst out laughing so hard she almost fell over. I told you, nature teaches sharing. Yusuf watched the squirrel scurry away with a chip and shook his head. Fine, they can have the chips, but if that squirrel touches my soda, we're going to have a problem. When they got home, Yusuf collapsed onto the couch, completely worn out. After a few minutes of silence, he turned to his mom and said, Mom, okay, I'll admit it. Nature's not bad, but next time I want backup protection against the squirrel mafia. Ezra laughed, ruffling his hair. Deal, Yusuf. Next time, we'll crown you the king of the forest. From that day on, Yusuf always brought an extra bag of chips on nature trips, just to stay on the squirrel's good side.